I guess let's talk about a couple of items that may be a good entry point for buy it for life mentalities or philosophies or approaches or whatever the hell you want to call it, buy it for life lifestyles. Because I'm an audio guy, let's talk about that. Audio gear. A lot of audio gear is inherently built to an extremely high quality point, and it lasts you an incredibly long time. Look at guitars. Guitars last decades. Microphones last for decades. Think about how many SM7Bs there are out there. Think about Frank Sinatra's microphone. Think about AKG C12s. Think about U67s, U87s, U47s. Those microphones sometimes are 60 plus years old, and they're still being used. They are built to an incredibly high quality, an incredibly high standard, and it makes it so you can use them for an incredibly long time. I've been using this SM7B since 2015, so over 6 years at this point, and it shows no signs of stopping. And if it does break, I'll send it back to Shure and have them repair it. They better not replace it. I do not want a replacement. I want this specific microphone repaired, and then I want it back. And that's another thing you can do. You can just get stuff repaired. No need to replace it. But audio gear, microphones, guitars, guitar amps, guitar pedals, outboard preamps, a lot of stuff, excluding a lot of digital stuff. A lot of digital stuff has a shorter lifespan. Like audio interfaces, those have a relatively short lifespan compared to analog audio gear. Interfaces may last 10 years until it's obsolete and doesn't function with the current I/O or the current computers you're using. But other than audio gear, other affordable stuff, a pocket knife. A pocket knife. You can get a pretty affordable pocket knife and get a long life out of it. I have a Swiss Army knife, a Victorinox Swiss Army knife. This is the Swiss Army knife Executive, and this was a gift from my father. This is maybe 12 years old at this point, but it is held up well. It was on my keychain for years. Now it just goes into my coin pocket or pocket watch pocket, whatever that small pocket in your jeans is for, and it is a very useful tool. It's not something that I just carry for sentimental reasons. It is useful. It has scissors, it has a knife, it has tweezers, it has a toothpick. And the quirky thing about the Swiss Army Executive is the fact that it has an orange peeler on it. It has an effing orange peeler on it. What kind of who needs that? What executive was thinking, I would love a Swiss Army knife, but the one thing it's missing is a way to peel my oranges so that my entire pocket knife becomes sticky and then it attracts lint in my pocket. I don't know what executive was begging for that, but it's a quirky thing. So a pocket knife, a Swiss Army knife, can range you from $20 to $100. I already mentioned this. Pens. You could get a Cross pen for $20. Those are extremely high quality and very popular. Really thin though. Kind of strange to write with Cross pens. You could get a Mont Blanc. Those are very, very expensive fountain pens. You could get a Jogger. I cannot remember who makes the Jogger. That is a very popular pen as well. Or you could go Fisher Space Pen. I really like the AG7s currently. They're not as carryable. They're not as compact as the Fisher Space Pen Bullet, which are about $20 and also a really great item, really well built, and same replacement ink cartridges. So you will have that same longevity there. But the AG7 is what was actually taken up into space. This was what was designed for space use, and that just brings me a ton of joy. It makes me so happy because I used to be a huge space nerd. I went to college because I wanted to become an astronomer. Then I realized, oh, you need astrophysics. I'm an idiot. I'm too dumb for this. So I switched majors. I realized, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm too stupid for this. I still enjoy space. I just don't keep up with it. And having something like this is just a constant reminder, space is neat. This was designed to go into space. The ingenuity of whatever Fisher, his name Fisher, whatever it is. Really a lot of fun. And this was engraved to commemorate a subscriber milestone for my new watch channel. How fun is that? What else? Wallets. Wallets aren't necessarily buy it for life, but these are items you will buy and use for decades if you get a high quality one. I used to use a Saddleback leather wallet. I found the leather to be too thick. It started to damage my cards. Really wasn't my cup of tea. I have a Pocket Shield. I don't know the brand name, but it is a thin wallet, a thin minimalist front pocket wallet. And I used this for 5 or 6 years, I think, and I just retired it and replaced it. So calling it a buy it for life item when I just replaced a perfectly good wallet is kind of silly, but it's because I have changed my approach to what I carry. For the longest time, all I carried was cards, and I paid with cards, but I have become increasingly more paranoid, and now I see advertisements on social media for items that I have never looked for on a computer, I have never searched for on Amazon or any website, I have never looked them up on my phone. I have only purchased them with a credit card. And I am getting advertisements for those, and that makes me think that my purchasing history on those credit cards is being sold off to marketing firms and being used to market to me. So I needed to get a proper bifold wallet so that I can carry cash and I can pay in cash and avoid that kind of creepy tracking that will make me actually go around wearing a tinfoil hat. I don't want to become that guy. And getting a bifold wallet is something you can do. And you could get a good wallet for maybe $50 to $100, and it will last you decades. A cheap $20 thin, crappy leather wallet has lasted me 6 years and still works perfectly fine. It just doesn't fit my needs anymore. So if you get a Saddleback leather wallet or something, then you're good for decades. What else is there? Watches. This is what really set me down this path again, and it's because there's this romanticism behind it. Watches are items that are completely unnecessary. We all have cell phones. The cell phones tell us the time, and the cell phones are going to be more accurate in terms of time when compared to any kind of wristwatch, unless it's a smartwatch. If you're looking at quartz watches, mechanical watches, anything, the smartphone, I'm burping now, is going to be inherently more accurate. But there's something romantic about buying something that you wear on your body that you can wear for 20, 30, 40 years. It will serve a purpose. It does serve a purpose. May not be the most accurate tool for serving that purpose, but it does serve a purpose. And it will last you for that long, and you can develop memories as you get dings and scratches and bumps and whatever's on it. And then when you're done wearing it, if you have offspring, to put it as distant as possible, if you have children, you can pass it down to your children. And there's something romantic about that idea. There's not much that men have that they can wear and develop memories with and then pass that on. Watches are one of the few things. Women can do that with jewelry in general and watches, but men don't really wear jewelry unless they're good fellas. And let me put it straight, I'm not a good fella. I'm not a good fella, so I can't walk around wearing a gold chain. It just doesn't work on me. So it's a watch or nothing. A watch and a wallet and a pen and a knife or nothing. And that's about it in terms of the entry-level stuff that I was looking at. Bags are another really interesting one, but the bags do start to get quite expensive. And talking about expense, watches, you don't have to get a super expensive watch to make it buy it for life. You can buy a $20 Casio that will last you decades. And those Casios are incredible. They are incredible tools. They are used by terrible people to accomplish terrible tasks because they are built so well. Look up the Casio F91W and some of the most infamous people who use it. Terrible people, but they are killer watches. Great watches. Maybe I shouldn't have said killer watches because what they're used for, that's terrible. I apologize for that. I deeply apologize for that.